So then after that, so me and Antonio were broken up for 4 months, and I guess it kind of started hitting me that I was like, man, I kind of miss Antonio, you know, even though I was with my first boyfriend. And then my first boyfriend, like, I don't know, he was just all over the place. So I just feel like Antonio was not any better than him, but I feel like Antonio was just there for me more. My first boyfriend, like, he just, you know, I was just like, you know what, like, this is not gonna go anywhere anyways. I just knew me and my first boyfriend, like, it was not gonna go anywhere. Time went by. Like I said, he was super persistent, and I remember he would always call my sister. Like, my sister was his go-to. Marbella, tell Mo to give me another chance, like, please, like, I love her, like, it's not even like that, like, supposedly it wasn't even like that. And, you know, my sister would be like, well, you fucked up, like, I don't know what to tell you, you know. Basically, me and him broke up for like 3-4 months, and, you know, I was like, you know what, like, maybe. And at the time I was still talking to my first boyfriend, but I was like, you know what, me and my first boyfriend, like, when we're like, that's a done deal, it's never gonna work out again. I had already, like, you know, I was like, fuck it. I was like, you know what, like, I already had my time with him, fuck it, you know. So here I go again. And then I finally answer my ex's call, and he's like, come on, Mo, like, let me take you out. So here goes Mo, goes out to dinner with him, and then I started spending time with him again. I didn't immediately tell him, like, yeah, let's get back in a relationship. It kind of took time. But, you know, I ended up getting back with him and stuff. And, you know, again, we were doing good. Everything was going good. I was with him every day. And, like, I don't know, you guys. Like, I just feel like, I guess I kept going back. Because I kind of felt at the time, like, I felt like he was my soulmate. Like, just because, like, me and him, we just understood each other. Like I said, except the faithful part. We were not on the same level. But, like, he was just, like, my best friend. And I guess that's why I kept going back to him. But then he started again with his bullshit. Like, he just started with his bullshit again. And I remember one time, it was me, his guy cousin, and him, and they were drinking. I remember, like, they were, like, hardcore drinking. I think I was just, like, sipping, like, on a Smirnoff, you know? That, like, those don't even get you fucked up. But I was, like, sipping on a Smirnoff or whatever. And they started talking about, like, one of the waitresses, right? And, I don't know if it was the alcohol or what. He wasn't fucked up, but he got brave and he was like, oh, yeah, like, I don't even know how this waitress was brought up. But he was like, oh, yeah, like, she's like, yeah, she's hella fine. So him and his cousin were, like, talking about this waitress, right? And you guys, like, I'm not the jealous type, you know, so I'm like, whatever. Like, I didn't say anything when he said that. His cousin was like, which one? And then he was like, the one with the big titties and the fat ass. Like, yeah, that bitch is hella fine. And I'm like, dude, like, I'm sitting right here. So then, like, fucking around, I told him, like, oh, but she's not finer, like, she's not finer than me. So that's your man, you know? So your man is supposed to be like, no, baby, not finer than you. Like, you know? That's your man, you know? He's supposed to hype you up, you know? He was like, oh, well, I don't know about that. And, like, he said that shit in front of his guy cousin, right? So I was, like, embarrassed because he had, like, a serious ass face. So I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean? And he was like, well, well, I'm just saying, like, you know, you, like, she's hella fine. When I see a girl, I'll be like, you're pretty, babe. Like, you know, like, I'm not a hater. Like, I know when a girl's pretty and stuff. But I'm just like, I felt disrespected because I'm like, you're talking about this girl's, like, chi-chis and her ass. And, you know, you're saying, like, all these, like, disrespectful things in front of me. And, like, your fucking guy cousin's right here. Like, and, like, I don't know. He was just like, oh,
he wanted to just lucirse, like, in front of his boy. Like, oh, I'm the man.
I feel like he was trying to show off in front of his fucking cousin, you know. And he was like, yeah, like. And I think he had said a comment like, yeah, like, if only I, like, if I could get up in that or something, right? So I was like, that was the final point for me. When he said some shit like that, that was the fucking final point. I think I was more mad that he said that all that shit in front of his cousin, right? Because I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's just so disrespectful to me, you know? Like, I'm fucking right here. Like, I'm your girl. Like, how are you gonna tell me that you basically want to go fuck another girl, right? So I was so fucking furious, you guys. I went into the room and I locked myself in there because I'm like, when I'm pissed, like, I just have to exclude myself. So I went and I locked myself in the room. So he goes and he tries to open the door, and then like he unlocks it like with the knife, and then he goes in the room and he's like laughing at me. Like he's laughing at me, and I'm fucking furious, you guys. And I'm like, what the fuck are you laughing at? And he's like, babe, ah, like he's laughing like he thinks it's so fucking funny. And like I think this is the point in our relationship where things started getting physical. It just sucks that it got to that point where we got physically abusive with each other. So then that's when I kind of knew, like, fuck, like we really lost all respect for each other. After that, I guess it was kind of like an ongoing thing. And I'm not condoning violence in any way. Like I said, I was young. I learned from my mistakes, and now I know, now that I'm older, and I should have known then, like, not to put my hands on anybody, you know, even if it's my boyfriend. Like, you just shouldn't put your hands on nobody, especially your significant other. So I feel like that's when it really, like, I mean, it was, the relationship was already fucking bad because of the cheating, but then that just kind of added more to it. And I think the final straw was, I remember one day, like, I think I took a shower or something, and I left my phone in the room, and when I got out the shower, he was like, you're fucking messaging this guy. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, and he had my fucking phone. I don't even know how he got into it. He must have been watching like my password. So he looked into my phone, and dude, it was a friend from middle school, and they were like, hey Monique, how have you been? And I was like, I think I was like, oh, like, I've been good, how have you been? Like, nothing like that, nothing like that. But him being hella macho and stuff, he was like, you're a fucking hoe, like, you're fucking cheating on me, you're messaging other guys. And I'm like, did you find anything else? And he was like, no. And I was like, did you see me talking to anybody else? He was like, no. I was like, where, like, I was like, okay then. All I told him was like, I've been good, how are you? That was my friend in middle school. Like, it's not even like that whatsoever. Like, and it's like, you guys, just because you have a boyfriend doesn't, like, and well, at least me, I'm not saying everything has to be like that, everyone has to be like that, but you could have friends, you know? So I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, whatever. I let it go because I already kind of knew he was a little psycho. So I was like, whatever. But I was like, I was kind of more mad because I'm like, why would you looking through my phone? Like, if you wanted to looking through it, you should have just told me. Like, I would give it to you, like, here, looking through my phone. But I kind of felt some type of way because he did it behind my back, and I feel like that's kind of invading my privacy. But whatever, I didn't make it a big deal, you know, because he's my boyfriend. So I'm like, whatever, that's just shit people do. So I let it go, you know. And I remember that I waited like a week, and I was like, right now, I was like, I'm gonna look into his phone, but I'm like, right now, he's gonna expect me to look into his phone. I was like, so I'm gonna fucking wait. I was like, I'm gonna wait a week. I'm gonna watch his password because I know he's gonna change it because now he's on his feet. I was like, I'm gonna look into his phone and I'm gonna see what, like, you know, what's popping. Sure enough, you guys, I waited a week, and I remember that day he took me shopping. I remember our last date together like it was yesterday. So I remember we went shopping and stuff, and then after that he was like, oh, like, babe, right now let's go out to eat. I'm gonna take a shower and then we'll go out to eat wherever you, like, you know, wherever you want. I'm like, all right, yeah, for sure. So I remember he fucking got in the shower, right?
It's always when you guys go shopping.
Yeah, so he got in the shower. As soon as I heard the water fucking turn on, I locked the fucking door. I fucking go to his fucking phone, and I had been observing his password, and he didn't know it, but I had been looking. So I'm like, all right. So I looked into his password, and you guys, like, I should have never opened up that fucking phone. So first I look at his call log, and you know, I was like a detective. I'm like, I have to see what is out of the usual here, right? So I started looking through his phone, and he kept calling. *67 is when you block a number, right?
Yeah.
So there was a *67 number, right, that he had been calling over and over and over. So I'm like, who's fucking, I was like, this number means something. So I wrote it down, and then while I'm looking through his phone, I call it, and a fucking girl answers. So I'm like, okay. So I hang up. I'm like, I'll handle that shit later. I start looking through his text messages.
Now you want to get drunk.
I started looking through his fucking text messages, you guys. And I have never been so fucking disgusted in my life. I don't even know if I could say on YouTube the shit that I found, but basically it was like not one girl. There was literally probably at least 5 girls that he was talking to. I want to say like 3 of these girls have sent him naked pictures. 2 of the girls actually sent him pictures of their cookie, if you guys know what I'm talking about. And I'm just like, dude, that's fucking nasty. Like, how can you even send, like, I don't know, like, I'm just like, that's not even your man. But I'm like, whatever. And I was like so fucking disgusted. And it's like, you guys, like, these girls were like, yeah, Antonio, this is for you. And I think the one that hurt me the most, which is probably stupid, because you would think the naked girls would bother me the most. But he had messaged this girl on Valentine's Day. And he was like, I wish I was with you right now, babe, but I can't. You know, I'm at work. And you guys, like, he was with me. That whole day he was with me on Valentine's Day. And I was like, fuck. So, like, the whole time you were with me, like, you were thinking about this girl. Like, and, like, I was just so fucking hurt. And, like, I was angry because I was like, damn, like, he did it to me again. He fucking did it to me again. I had already seen enough. I'm like, fuck this phone. Like, I don't need to see nothing else. There's probably more shit in it. I could have, there could have been more shit in there. And I just didn't. I was like, fuck it, I seen enough. I don't need to see nothing else. I'm like on his phone looking at it. And he's like, and I hear him trying to open the door. And he's like, babe, open the door. Ooh, you guys. So I literally like had like fucking 5 seconds to think about what the fuck I was gonna do. So I opened the door and he comes in. He's like, babe, why'd you have the door locked? And I fucking close it. And then I grab, and then I'm like, and then I was like, I found your little phone. And then I fucking grabbed the phone and I think I broke his fucking phone. I smashed it. And then he's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I went through your fucking phone. I was like, and I seen all these bitches. I'm like, you even have naked pictures in there. I was like, this is the last fucking time you do this to me. And I was like, and I remember like it was yesterday. I was like, don't fucking call my sister. Don't fucking call my best friend. Don't call none of my fucking friends, telling them that you want another fucking chance. Because this is it. This is it, motherfucker. Like, no more fucking chances for you. And you guys, he was fucking laughing at me. He was fucking laughing at me.
He would always do that when you guys would get into fights. That was his costumbre. At
the time, I didn't have a car. So I would always take like my little weekend bag. Because I would like stay with him for a couple days. So I had like all my shit in there. So I grabbed like my duffel bag and my makeup box. And I just stormed out of his house. And I took off walking, you guys. I took off walking. And I remember the first person I called was Brittany, the twin. And I called Britt and I'm just crying. And I was crying not because I was hurt. But I was crying because I was so angry at myself. And like that's when it hit me like, this is my fucking fault. Like the whole time I was thinking like, this is my fucking fault because I kept taking him back. Like I let him play me again. Like, and I was just like, fuck, I can't believe I let him play me again. And I just kept repeating that in my head. Like he played me again. Like that's just, so then he starts following me in the fucking car, right? He's following me in the car. And so basically when he's following me in the car when I'm walking, he's like, babe, you're doing too much. Get in the car. And I was like, fuck you, motherfucker, don't fucking talk to me. And then he was like, babe, just get in the car. Like he was driving, babe, just get in the car. Get in the car. Like you're overreacting. So, and you guys, he was still laughing at me, right? So basically he didn't have a legit job. He was doing stuff he wasn't supposed to be doing. So he was a little more paranoid. So I remember I flipped the fuck out and I was like, I started like screaming and I was like, help me, help me. This man's trying to kidnap me. So I remember the neighbors come out and they're like, what the fuck? Like they're looking at, so he fucking takes off, right? So he took off and then I walk like 2 blocks and he pulls up on me again. He's like, Mo, get in the fucking car. Like you're overdoing it. And you guys, like, he still hasn't learned his lesson. He's still fucking laughing at me, right? So then I start screaming again, help me, help me, this man's trying to kidnap me. So he's like, you're fucking crazy. He fucking takes off. I finally, like, I find this like little corner. I find this little corner where, like, you know, he can't catch up to me. And I call my best friend. I'm like, bitch, come pick me up. I'm like, I just got in a fight with this motherfucker. I was like, I'm done with him. I just caught him cheating on me. Like, that's it. So she's like, don't worry, babe, I'm gonna go pick you up right now. And like, I was crying to my best friend. So my best friend comes, she picks me up. When I jump in the car with my best friend, I was like crying and shit, right? So I tell my best friend, like, I'm crying. I'm like, bitch, call his number. I was like, call his number because I can't talk. So she's like, all right, bitch, give me the phone. I was like, just pretend to be me, bitch. I don't give a fuck. So she's like, all right. So she calls his number. She's like, hello? And then the girl answers. And she's like, yeah, who's this? And she's like, hey, like, you know, this is Monique. I was like, I was looking it through my boyfriend Antonio's phone, and I found your number. I was like, so I was just wondering, like, are you guys talking, or like, how do you know him? So the girl ended up being his ex-girlfriend, the one before me. And she was basically saying that, oh, like, you know, he calls me all the time. I already told him to stop calling me. I know that he's with you and he doesn't listen. She was like, yeah, like, you know, I already told him, like, I don't want to have nothing to do with him. I'm done with him. And he doesn't listen. Whatever. After that, you guys, I was just mentally drained. I was emotionally drained. Like, I was done, you know. And I just felt like, and I feel like a lot of girls might, like, I feel like this might go through your head when you have like when somebody cheats on you. And like, I was thinking like, fuck, like, am I not good enough for him? Like, what did I do wrong? And like, that was my mentality. Like, what did I do wrong? Like, you know, did I not give it enough? Did I not give it up enough? Which I know I did. I would hardly ever tell him no. So I'm like, it can't be it. So I was like, dude, like, what, like, I was just trying to think to myself, like, what did I do wrong? And like, until finally, like, I think a couple, like, 3 days later, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't do nothing wrong. Like, he's the problem. And I just realized that I just kind of, like, I looked back at my whole relationship, like, even though it was off and on from the beginning, I'm like, this guy is so fucking insecure. Like, he was mad jealous. Like, I remember I sat down, there was like a party. We had like a little house party, and like, there was nowhere to sit, so I sat down on the couch, and one of the twins' friends was on the couch. And then I just sat there for a little bit, didn't even talk to the guy or anything. And then I got up, and then later on he told me, like, you want to go fucking sit down next to that guy on purpose. Like, I seen you looking at him. And like, that was always him. I couldn't even talk to a guy or like say thank you to a guy because I wanted him. He was very insecure. I think it's part of his little man syndrome because he's short, but he was just very insecure. And I'm just like, I feel like he feels like he has to sleep with a lot of women because I feel like it makes him feel like, I don't know if it makes him feel more of a man or what. And then I was just looking back, like, and I was like, I was so disappointed in myself. I wasn't even like really hurt at that point. I was more really disappointed in myself because I'm like, how can I be with somebody like that? Like, I guess I was just more blind about the good stuff he would do for me, but in reality there was more cons than pros. So basically there was more bad stuff than good stuff. So I was like, I remember he would tell me, like, nobody's gonna want you, nobody's gonna want to be with you, like, I'm the only person that wants to be with you. He would always tell me, like, you're never gonna find nobody like me. I don't know, like, he was just very mentally abusive. And like, he would always try to, like, I remember he would try to put me down a lot. Just me, like, as a woman. I was just like, fuck, like, I can't believe I was putting up with this for this long. I think maybe, I think what made me realize that more is actually like, I believe it was like the 3rd or 4th day. His mom actually messaged me on Facebook, right? But I didn't open it. I didn't open it because I was like, you know, I don't have nothing to fucking say to her. I remember I commented, I believe like, I don't know, I remember I commented, basically his Antonio's brother had a girlfriend, and like the girlfriend had commented like on one of my pictures, and you know, she didn't do anything to me, so it's like I don't have nothing to be mad at her. So I commented back on the you know, on the girlfriend or whatever, and the mom commented on the picture, and she was like, she only speaks Spanish, so I'm gonna tell you guys in English, but she was like, Monique, I know you see my message. I don't know why you're ignoring me. The least you could do is message me back. Oh, you guys, so I was like, this lady got me fucked up. So I look at the mess, so then I opened up the message, and she wrote to me again this long ass paragraph. She was like, Monique, like, I want you to give my son another chance. She was like, he's going through so much right now. I have never seen him like this. He is so depressed. Mind you guys, this is barely like the 3rd or 4th day, right? And he's already dying. And she was like, you know, I've never seen him so depressed. You need to give him another chance. You need to talk to him. Like, I don't know what the hell he told her, but she had to say something like, his ex-girlfriend is a liar. Like, he was like, his ex-girlfriend is a liar. She even calls me, telling me for him to give her another chance. Like, you shouldn't listen to those girls. If you really love my son, like, you wouldn't listen to those girls. They're lying. All those girls were messaging his cousin off his phone. You guys, like, I was so fucking furious. And the reason why I was so fucking mad is I'm sure that he told her all those lies. But my thing is, don't get in it. Like, I don't care if you're his mom. Don't get in it. It's none of your business. And my mom could be a lot of things, but my mom is not nosy. Like, even when I told her, like, you know, mom, like, he cheated on me. And you guys, like, my mom is not nosy at all, right? So I was more pissed because I'm like, why are you getting in it? Like, I don't care if that's your son. Don't fucking get in it because you don't know the real... Like, everyone knows there's always two sides to the story, right? So, since she wanted to be nosy, not knowing the full fucking story, oh, you guys, I gave it to her. And I was like, I told her in Spanish.
To his mom?
Yeah. So then, I told her in Spanish, but obviously I'm gonna tell you guys in English. I had told her, I was like, you know what, lady? I'm like, you know that I don't like you, and I know you don't like me, so you don't have to be a hypocrite. I was like, don't think that I don't know that you were trying to hook up your son with that girl. I was like, and you're telling me that, oh, that those girls were messaging his cousin? I was like, you don't even know the story, so why are you even getting in it? I'm like, those girls in the message told him clearly, Antonio, this picture's for you. Like, oh, I wish I was with you. And those girls really did say his name in those texts. And you guys, like, come on now, it's fucking far-fetched. Like, oh, they were like messaging the cousin. Like, no, that's his fucking phone. His cousin got his own phone. Why would they? Like, no. And the girls were like clearly saying his name, like Antonio, like whatever. And I was like, and you want me to tell you what those pictures had in case you didn't know? So I told her, I was like, there were pictures. I was like, there was pictures of naked girls with their body parts all fucking spread open, fucking showing him like all their body parts and stuff, and he was messaging girls. I was like, oh, and not just that, I seen for myself, he kept calling his ex-girlfriend multiple times a day like a fucking creeper. I'm like, so you know what, I would appreciate it if you weren't fucking nosy in my, I was like, I would really appreciate it if you weren't fucking nosy all up in my,
she was probably happy that he was doing all that to you.
Don't be fucking nosy all up in my business. I was like, because my mom doesn't get in my business, so I would expect the same from you. And so after that, I let her read it because I could see when she read it, when she read it, and then I blocked her because I didn't even want to give her a chance to respond, right? Because I just wanted to piss her off even more. So after that, I blocked her, and after that, you guys, it's like he made my life a living hell. Like, basically, I would always bump into him at the club because me and him were both into like trap music, but we're also into like banda. So like I would always bump into him at the banda clubs, and you guys, like, he had no fucking shame in his game. He would go up to me like when I would be like in a booth, and he would like go up to me and be like, Mo, please just give me another chance, in front of his friends. And I'm like, no. Like, I would just diss him so fucking hard in front of everybody at the club. And there was like multiple times, you guys. And dude, he would call my sister. Again, he would call my best friends. Like, he just didn't even know what to do anymore. And I remember, like, he started, like, he would text message me, and he would literally, you guys, call me. I'm not even lying to you. Literally, in one day, he called me 60 times. He would text message me. And I remember he would say, like, dumb shit. He'll be like, you just left me so you could go be a hoe. Like, can you believe him, you guys? I caught him red-handed, and he said that I broke up with him because I wanted to be a hoe. Like, you were being the hoe. You were the fucking community dick. I remember, like, when he would text me that, I would get mad, and then I would pick up and I'll be like, fuck you, motherfucker. So then my sister started telling me, like, why are you answering his call for? I'm like, because, like, look at what he's saying about me. Like, that's not true. And I remember my sister would tell me, like, dude, he's just doing that to get your attention. She was like, he's only calling you. She's like, he doesn't care if you're telling him off, calling him a bitch, motherfucker. He doesn't care. As long as he gets to hear your voice, that's satisfying him. So don't answer his calls at all. So at first I was like, no, like, I was like, whatever. Like, I just didn't really think too much about it. But then I'm like, you know what? I started seeing his little game, and it was true. I did start ignoring him, and I didn't answer his calls anymore. And I remember he would tell me the same shit, like, oh, you're just being a hoe, that's why you fucking left me. You just want to go fuck around with other guys. And I wouldn't respond to him. 30 minutes later, Mo, please, I love you, give me another chance, Mo, please. And I'm like, dude, like, you're fucking crazy. And like, honestly, you guys, I seriously think I feel like something is wrong with him. You guys, like, he was just always fucking like harassing me. But you guys, like, he swore I cheated on, like, in his head, I was still with him. The way I got over this is like, I was just tired. I'm like, and I just realized, like, my self-worth. And I was like, I do not have to be putting up with this at all. And like, I just looked at all the shit that he would do to me. Like, I couldn't even go out and have dinner with my friends because it was a problem. Like, and it's like, I would still go, you know, but it was just like, if I wanted to go to the mall with my friends, it was a fight. If I wanted to go out and have lunch with my friends, it was a fight. Like, like, I always had to be at home with him or with him at all times. Like, I couldn't leave his side because it was a problem. And like, I got tired of living like that, you guys. That's no life to live, at least not for me. Like, I cannot live like that. And I'm like, dude, I went through all of that for what? Just to be cheated on? Like, so I got tired of it, you guys, and that was basically it. So honestly, I just came to a realization I had to be single. And like, because basically at that time, I was kind of like, I left my ex-boyfriend, and like 3 months later, I got with this guy. So I wasn't really giving myself a break, you know? So I told myself, like, you know what? Like, I need to get to know myself. I need to know what I like. I need to know what I don't like. I had to build up my confidence again. Because he had, like, my confidence was just not there. I felt like I just was not myself at all. So I was just like, you know what? I need to be single. I need to give myself a break from men. I need to figure out myself. I need to build my confidence up again. I have to be strong again. And after that, you guys, that's when I was like, fuck all these men. Like, I just like, and don't get me wrong, I was a little lonely in the beginning, but then after that, like, after you kind of get over that stage, you're like, you know what, being single is not that bad. And it's like, dude, like, it was just such a like relief to me, like, once I got over that lonely stage, because I'm like, dude, like, no more drama. I don't have to worry about like nobody cheating on me. Like all I gotta do is worry about myself. Now you guys, like I love being single. Like don't get me wrong, like sometimes I do feel a little lonely, but like don't trip. Your girl might be single, but she's not alone, okay? I don't know you guys, and honestly like being single is not that bad. Some people are scared to be single, and it's like there's no reason to be scared. We came into this fucking world alone. We're gonna die alone. It's not gonna hurt you to be single for a couple months or a year, whatever. Like it's like you have plenty of time to get to know people, you know? To this day, you guys, this guy, I'm telling you guys, like I feel like he's mentally not there. We haven't been together for like 7 or 8 years. I have blocked so many Facebooks from him, Instagrams, Snapchats. I have probably blocked him like a good 20 times since we've been broken up. And he just makes new Instagrams, he makes new Facebooks, he makes new fucking Snapchats. Like right now I have fucking Snapchats of him in my phone that I haven't even opened, and it's like I gave up because he just makes new ones and he makes new ones. Before I moved from Fresno, he ended up getting some girl pregnant, right? Well, during this time, like I didn't know he had a girl pregnant because he had her on the low. Like he didn't tell anybody, but he was like you guys, like he was blowing up my phone, calling me like, you know, Mo, like I feel lonely, like no, he'll be like, Mo, please just give me another chance. Then I ended up finding out he had a girl pregnant and that he had married her. So I was like, what? I'm like, dude, like this guy has not fucking changed one bit. His baby mama ended up finding like messages, and she hit like this bitch hit me up, and she was like basically talking shit to me, and I'm like, dude, like you need to check your man. And it's like, you guys, even with the wife and the kid, this guy has still not fucking changed at all. And you know what, like to this day he still hits me up. I have told him multiple times, I do not love you, you are not my type anymore. I'm a whole different person now. Like I've grown out of you. Like, and I try not to be mean to him, you guys, but it's just so hard not being mean to him, because it's like it goes one ear out the other. Like, and it's like I don't even message him, but like the last time I did message him, I'm like, dude, leave me alone. I don't love you. I don't have feelings for you. You're not my type anymore. And he's like, I don't believe that. Like, he had the nerve to write me that. I don't believe that. After that, I guess it made me stronger, because I'm like, you know what? I don't need to be putting up with nobody's shit. And like now, I am very picky with who I date. I don't just date anybody. I don't just talk to anybody. As soon as I see a guy, or as soon as I start talking to a guy and I see he's super, super jealous, I drop him, because I can't do that jealous shit. I do not like that jealous shit. It's okay to be a little jealous, but there's levels to that shit, and it's just like I can't do it anymore. As soon as I meet a guy and he's like macho, I drop him. I don't want to do that shit no more. So I feel like I did learn a lot from that relationship, and I learned also a lot of bad things, but I feel like it helped me grow as a person. It helped me grow as a woman, and I feel like now I know exactly what I don't want my next relationship to be. I feel like now that I've been single for so long, I know how to be a better girlfriend or a better woman once I get with my significant other. So I just feel like this was a very big learning process for me. So enough about me. Now we're gonna get into my sister's last relationship with her baby daddy, which is not Ruben. It's actually Gordo's dad. If you guys have viewed her story, then you know who's Gordo. But anyways, what are we gonna call your ex?
Ra.
Okay.
Actually, no. What we usually call him.
Caca face?
Caca face. That's okay. But anyways, I'm not gonna like really go into too much detail over my ex, just basically because it's like a long story, and that would be a video that I actually debate on bringing up, because I don't want to give him that attention. When I was with my first baby's dad, which was Ruben, I was really young, so I thought that I was in love with him, and I thought that's what love was, and so I wasn't. Later on, as I was older, I was in my early 20s when I got with my second with Gordo's dad. let me rewind a little bit. As far as the twins' dad, I actually once when I left him and I broke up with him, I took a break. I just wanted to be I wanted to be by myself for a bit. Like I wanted to just be single, because I was basically 15 when I got with him, so I just wanted to be single, and I wanted to really go out and party and like just do me. And that's what I did for a couple of years. And then I met Gordo's dad, and I felt like he was a responsible person for me to have a family with, because he was responsible and he was everything opposite from my first relationship. So I feel like he was my first love. Like the twins' dad, Ruben, was not my first love. I feel that I was really young. So when you're that young, you feel like that is your love. But now that I look back at things, I don't think that, I want to say that neither one have been my love, but I feel that I was more mature with Gordo's dad to know that he was somebody that I had feelings for. But things just didn't work out for us because of the way he was. But basically I walked out of that relationship because there was no trust, because he was really machista. Like his thoughts were from Mexico. His thoughts were that a girl can't go out, that a girl's supposed to be at home, that a man could go out, that I'm the only one that gets to cook because I'm a female, that he can make a mess and never clean up, but I still have to go to work. I still have to go to work. I still have to help pay half of the bills, but I still have to cook, clean, serve him. Basically be a maid is what I call it. And I was born here and I was raised here, and I do have Mexican views because both of my parents are Mexican, so they did teach us how to like cook and clean. But I feel like in the time that we're in now, I feel that both work, then both should help out. I feel that if a woman's not working or a man's not working, however it works, then he should be able to take. But in this case it wasn't. I caught him doing a lot of like sneaky stuff over and over, and like basically with him we broke up because he was talking to somebody else, and I found out like a week and a half later I was pregnant by him. I want to say he was doing a lot of sneaky stuff that I actually knew I would find out about stuff, and I would kind of like not want to accept what was going on, because at that time I was in love with him. And now that I look back at stuff, I feel that I wasn't in love, because how can you get treated like dirt, and how can you get treated like trash and think you're in love? That is not love, you guys. Like there's no way that you can be in love with somebody that treats you that way.
I think you were just used to him, huh? And like you were used to him, and I feel like my mom kind of like instilled in you like, oh no, you have to be with him because you had a baby by him, so you can't leave him. So I feel like that was kind of in your conscience too.
Like I feel also that my parents, since I'm the oldest one, I'm 12 years older than Mo, so I feel that my parents have always kind of like had control over me, and I've always listened to an extent, but not really, because I did run away with Ruben when I was 15. And my mom was like, I'm not gonna talk to you unless you marry him, and I knew that after I ran away with Ruben, I kind of knew that it wasn't gonna work out, so I never wanted to get married because I knew it wasn't gonna last. So when I got pregnant, it just happened that I got pregnant with Gordo. I felt like my mom, not my dad, because my dad's always respected the way we think, and my dad's always been behind us 100% no matter what. If he doesn't agree with something, he will tell us, I don't agree with this, I don't think you should do it, but if this is what you want to do, I'm in back of you. So a lot of us always, not always, but a lot of us will get back with that person because of our parents, because they are old school, so that's what they want for us. So when it was with Gordo's dad, I had been single for years, a couple of years. You know, my mom was always the type to care about what people say. So when I found out I was pregnant, it was like a big old secret. Remember, like nobody knew.
we didn't tell my mom for the longest because we knew she was gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah, and I had kind of moved from Fresno. I moved to Sacramento, you know, trying to make things work, and they didn't. And so, you know, I found out he was fooling around or whatever. So I come back, and a week and a half later, I find out I'm pregnant, and so that's how that happened. And I didn't know what I was gonna do at the time. So I kept it a secret with Gordo. Like when I was with Gordo's dad, I kind of like probably like stopped hanging around with everybody and like just gave him all that attention. And that's kind of like a mistake that we do. Just because you're in a relationship or you're in love, you don't ever drop your friends. Don't ever drop like the people that are close to you, because you never know if things are gonna work out, or if you know, you're gonna need them. And to me, I thought that was normal. I thought that you know, like just giving them my full attention was okay.
And I feel like insecure and controlling men always try to keep girls away from their friends, like all the time.
Yeah. So anyways, long story short, I you know, we were done, and I did my whole pregnancy by myself, whatever. And 2 years later, he came back and he looked for me, and my mom was the one that pushed me because I was like over it. There was some feelings still there, but there was too much hurt and too much had gone on. Like I was the worst, like I wasn't married.
Yeah, and she was just like, because my mom is very old school. She like got married a virgin, and till this day my dad is just, like, supposedly the only man she ever slept with. So I love my mom, don't get me wrong, but I feel like she kind of like wants us to be exactly like her, and like we're not. Times have changed, you know. So she basically told my sister, like, how are you gonna have one baby with this guy and one baby with another guy? But by then, like, the twins and like Ruben, which is her other son, they were already big. So it's like they were like spread apart by hella years. So it's like, who cares? You know, she's having a baby by another guy. Like, it's been hella years. It's not like she got pregnant by one guy and automatically got pregnant by another guy, you know?
So anyway, so okay, so then I felt like I had to kind of like please my mom. Like, she said that she wasn't gonna talk to me unless I got married to my baby's dad, and it's like there was not even no getting married or whatever. Like, we were done. He was kind of basically talking to somebody else. And I like, me and him, like him and I were gonna get married, so it's not like I was just a what do you call, like we were something, but we had problems along the way. Basically, I cried my whole pregnancy. I did not want to come out of my house my whole pregnancy. My mom didn't talk to me. I had my dad took me in. Anyways, after like 2 years, he came looking for me and wanted to work things out. And my mom kind of like begged me to take him back. The whole time that we were broken up, I really, like the whole time I was pregnant or whatever, I felt like I had no choice but to be by myself, because I was pregnant and I would cry a lot. And I found myself, and that made me like really, really, really strong. There's nothing that you can't, like, you can't beat that. Being pregnant by yourself and knowing that your baby's dad's with somebody else, that's it. You're not gonna beat that. And that made me strong. Like, there's nothing that you can do to me that is gonna kill me anymore, because yeah, unless it has to do with my kids, but I'm talking about a man hurting me. And so I feel like tips for you guys to like really get over a man, like how I had to do with him, is like, don't ever pick up their calls. Like, if you really want to be done and you know this man is no good for you and you're in love, do not pick up his calls. Do not go and search on stuff that you're gonna find, because if you search, you're gonna find. Basically, like, I tried to make it work out with my baby's dad, like, after, and I moved in with him, and just I moved to Sac, from Fresno to Sac, and things I tried and things didn't work out. So one thing that I learned about myself is that I give that person that I'm with a couple of chances. Like, I give you the benefit of the doubt. And like, if I don't have proof, if it's just hearsay, I try to make it work. and I try to stay. But once I get tired, I'm tired, you guys, and I'm done. So that's another that's like another advice for you. Like if you hear hearsay, like you should know what your red flags are. So sometimes we have red flags in front of us and we just want to ignore them because we get comfortable and we're in love, and the reason why we want to ignore that is because we know what it's like to feel that pain. So you know, if you break up with him, he's gonna run back to that girl, or he's gonna meet another girl. So you do not want to go through that pain. So we stay there because we don't want to you know, like, oh, I don't want to start all over, or I don't want to lose them, or I'm in love, or I don't want to feel the pain, because that's all part of the circle. Until finally, like, I had it and I was done, and I never went back either. I was done. Got my stuff, I left, and I was done. And like, you know, I would still think about it and it would still hurt me, but I just knew that you know, if there's no trust in a relationship, if you're doubting yourself and you're thinking like, I wonder if he's talking to that girl, I wonder if this, I wonder if like he's texting, and you gotta look through your phone. You gotta look through I'm sorry, you gotta look through his phone too, because you want to check or you want his password. Then you're not in a healthy relationship. That's like one. Like you're just never gonna be happy.
Yeah, and you know what, you guys, like I remember one of my friends, I remember she was just like, she was so in love with her boyfriend, and he was a hoe, and she went as far as putting a tracker like on his car. Like she bought like an extra phone. She bought an extra phone and put it like a tracking app on the phone, and like she put it under like the seat of the car. I shouldn't be telling you guys this because you guys are gonna fucking do that. You guys are not even gonna listen to what we're telling you. But she went and she did this to track where he was at, and I'm like, dude, you gotta do all of this just to make sure your man's cheating on you? Like, you guys gotta remember, whatever is yours, nobody can take away from you. I'm sorry, some of you guys might not like what I'm saying, but it's the truth. Whatever is yours, nobody could come take away from you. So this is my mentality. Not everyone has to think like me, but the way I see it is, if my man goes out and like a girl's like a hoe and is like throwing herself at him and stuff, like that's on him if he's gonna fuck with her. If it's easy for another random girl to come fuck with my man and him go fuck her, then he was never mine. And it's like, I can't even be mad at the girl, because you know what, if it's not gonna be that girl, it's gonna go be another girl, and if it's not gonna be that girl, it's gonna be another girl. Like, you gotta remember, you gotta get to the problem. The problem is not always other girls. Sometimes it's your man. Your man is a problem. Honestly, you guys, like, when you're going through it, and I know it's so fucking hard because girls want to act like the FBI and shit, and even guys, because I know I have guy viewers too, so this is kind of vice versa, just because we're saying, you know, you girls, also guys, because I know girls could be just as bad. But when you're going through it, and if you're really going through it and you really want to get over a person, like my sister said, don't go stalking them. Don't go on their Instagram. Don't view their story. Don't make a fake Instagram trying to stalk them. Because honestly, you guys, the less that you know, the better. And that's going to give you time to heal.
The worst that you can do to a man is never pick up their calls and let them never know nothing about you. So like, to me, my advice for you guys that are going through it is do not pick up, like, don't let him know nothing about you, like nothing, because then his mind's gonna go crazy. Like, I wonder what's going on, I wonder what she's up to, I wonder this, I wonder that. Like, that's mind fucking. Like, but you start picking up their calls, and like, because that just shows you're weak.
And even if you answer to be like, fuck you motherfucker, like, they're still gaining something out of it, right?
Yeah. So like, he still, it doesn't matter even if you pick up and hang up, like, you still picked up. So what does he know? Like, you still care.
But yeah, you guys, so this Valentine's Day, I want you girls, if you're single, I don't want you to be at home crying, I don't have a Valentine's, oh, I'm sad. No, tell one of your girls, like, come on bitch, like, let's go out for dinner, go have some drinks with your girl, go out to lunch with your girl, go fucking buy yourself something on Valentine's Day, go get a petty, make yourself feel good. You guys, you do not need a man to be happy at all. So value yourself this Valentine's Day. Value yourself. You know, put on something nice, look good, do something nice for yourself. Don't be at home feeling sorry for yourself, you guys. We are strong bitches and we're better than that. All right, guys, so I'm sorry this was kind of like an extended video, but we both kind of have like crazy drama, and you know, I just wanted to make sure that I help all my girls out. If you guys have gone through something similar, and if you want to talk about it, drop your stories down in the comment box. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know if you guys like these girl talks. If there's any more topics that you guys want us to talk about, let me know. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And thank you guys so much for watching Mo Money's channel.